All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Bloomin' to You, episode 13, the finale. We're finally here.
We're here.
Oh boy.
I'm very, very worried. I see a lot of ways in which the drama can get spiked at the last second here.
I'm sure it will. And it will be delightful.
And then we won't have any more anime after that.
Yep. But, you know, in a lot of ways that would make sense, because even if, yes, the story probably continues and all that stuff, and I would happily follow these characters into the great beyond, this is the end for the big struggle that we've had for the characters in a lot of ways. So,
if it ends.
If it ends. So, you know, I am all sorts of optimistic, but also there's that little sadistic side of me that is excited for the drama because it's going to be based around these characters and what they want in their dysfunction.
Koito has made the decision to change the ending, but by doing so, she's essentially admitting that she's fallen for Nanami.
Yep. Oh,
Nanami
shit.
Told her, don't do that.
I do love a good power play love confession.
Yeah. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Oh. It's just a visit, right? Yeah.
Oh god, is she gonna find out on the anniversary of her sister's death?
Nice. The flipping there.
Yep.
And then the third.
Yeah.
Wow. Well done.
Yes. And then, what happens after that? Yeah, have you given that any thought?
Shedding false wings? Are we splitting? Are we...
We will find out.
We'll find out.
No
in the place
OP.
of death and remembrance, you know? We are here to strategize.
That's right.
Good plan.
Yep.
Those serious, scary eyes are there.
All right. Absolutely nothing.
Huh. The POV, yeah.
Oh. No, for the show. That is kind of important.
I don't know, for some reason, Bloomin' to You just kind of fits for some reason. I don't know why. It's be a bit meta, but why not? Nice.
Oh god. Is she gonna find out before, like, it's actually finished?
She's like, who's that? She's like, who's that?
And Nanami just goes about her day.
What was that about? And that's where she visited the grave, yeah. Does she lie? Does she tell the truth?
Yeah.
Does she remember?
Do you say nothing?
Specific details, yeah. Yeah, give them some space, yeah.
Okay. Acknowledging that it's not true, but not putting it forth as a lie. Yeah.
A part.
Right. Not the whole. That doesn't mean it's invalid.
Yeah. It also demystifies this idea of the true self and everything as well.
Right.
Which is a very, like...
It's kind of a one-dimensional...
It's a reductive, it's a reductive concept.
That's a better word. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Saika.
お線香の匂い
And it's gone.
しっかりしろ最後までお姉ちゃんを演じきらないと立ち止まったりできない劇が終わったら
Mm-hmm.
そうしたら私はどこに行ける
God, I love the alter. They did it again.
Yeah,
They did the.
Yep.
Ah.
And the thing is, are you truly thinking that that will be the end, right? Like that you won't do anything as Mio after the play?
ユウに会いたくなる
Mm-hmm.
大丈夫って言ってほしいとき甘えていいって言ってくれたけど
Huh?
言うから
She saw you were typing something.
まだいた
Waiting for you.
別にいいのにタバコ家で吸ったら怒るけどコーヒー一杯もらえる
From you. She's like, oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I like this mood you're in, yeah.
男と女どっちが好きリコはどっちとも付き合う可能性があるわけじゃないあるのかなって
Fair. Interesting question, yeah.
Adults still having insecurities.
別に女に興味ないんだけどあ待って待って
Ah!
女の人に興味はあまりないけど
I'm interested in you.
で付き合って
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
例外というか特例というかというか
Uh,
その伝わるでしょちゃんと
yeah, say it.
もううる
I love you.
帰るよ生徒会の子たち来てた
Yeah, 2 groups of them.
ここがたまり場になったらやだな劇の話してたみたいいい劇になりそう
Okay, still no play, Jacob.
Yeah. Oh my god. But they wouldn't do us dirty like that. They
Oh,
wouldn't
they
have-
absolutely
They wouldn't have
would.
it start
They
with the curtain
absolutely
call.
would.
Oh my god. And now I've got a date for them to focus
See?
on.
I'm telling you, man.
その後3時からペンギン
Hey, we could get a confession here from you and then drama that comes from that or something.
Maybe.
先輩も水族館好きですね
Hmm.
言うから誘ってくれるなんて思わなかったから遊びに行きたかったんだけどみんな忙しそうで
Sure, that's it.
裏毛コーナーありますよ裏毛携帯のストラップとか
Uh-huh.
ストラップクラゲじゃなくて
あ
メンダコですよ、
Mm.
メンダコ
Yeah, what the heck is that?
信じられないどうしたらこんな色になるんだろうね
Oh.
まもなくユウさっきのところで結構じっくり見てたから
Oh no, go, 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 go. You're gonna be a little late, but that's fine.
広いんですねだいぶ埋まっちゃってるね席
That's not crowded at all.
Yeah.
Yep, that's where you get splashed, though.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why they're not there. Yep, yep. Who's gonna tell them?
Yeah.
Yep.
覚悟の上で
Completely.
ぬれ先輩はそう
Naname's like, hell yeah!
じゃないよねさすがに大げさですよねだよねさすがに
I get to see Koito soaked.
Yeah, yeah.
いくら100円
That's nothing.
We don't need them.
買ってきます席取っとくね
Dang. Here comes the splash. Boosh. Oh, it's magical.
ここも濡れてる
Ponchos only did so much.
Yep.
靴とか大丈夫でした
God, the color
私結構
Mm-hmm.
coding for the. Ah.
また来たいな動物園とか映画とか
Personal desires and wants.
山登りにも行きたいなんで山なんかアウトドア的なユウと行きたいユウが好き
Yeah.
All right, here's your
Uh-huh,
option.
uh-huh.
Here's your chance.
先輩ってよくそんなさらっと好き普通もうちょっと照れたりしません
No?
よくわかんないですけど好きって言うと好きっていうのが
Whoa.
Yeah.
で相手が受け入れてくれるのが安心自分が誰かを好きになれる
Sure.
お姉ちゃんが誰かを好きになったところ見たことないからかもね本当に好きな人がいたことないのか
Or she just never told you. Yeah.
私の他が全部偽物でも私だって言い切れるだから安心お姉さんみたいになりたいくせに自分を確認して安心するなんて自分でも思うけどね しててもいいんじゃないですか。
Sure.
Yeah, life is just one big inherent mess of contradictions anyway.
It's almost like we as people are multifaceted.
There's no such thing as a true self.
まだ早かったですね。また戻ってくるのも面倒だし、ちょっとだけ劇の練習しませんか。
Oh.
目が覚めたんですね。すぐに先生を呼んできます。誰もいませんし。
Yeah, it's a perfect time to do it.
何も思い出せない。自分がどんな人間だったのか。
Perfect.
看護師さん、私はどんな人間だったんですか。
This is a cool way to give us some of the play, given
Uh-huh.
the pacing of things.
エチュードです。
Uh,
即興劇。
nice.
Hmm.
暦がもう少し台本直したいみたいだから。どうすればいいんですか。あなたの話を聞くのがいいんじゃないですか。人によってあなたの印象は
Ah,
バラバラかもしれない。
cool.
一人を選ばなくちゃいけなくなるかもしれない。誰を選べば。選ぶ必要が。
Yeah, do you really?
ここに来てからのあなたしか知らない。
Hmm.
あなたの癖を知っている。あなたの好きな花の色も
Oh,
知らないんです。
Oh, shit.
私は誰かを選ばなきゃいけない。記憶がないのだから。何もないのだから。そうですか。
they got so wrapped up in it they didn't notice all the people coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. You felt that?
ナナミ先輩。
Is she gonna say it here?
ああ、行っちゃう行っちゃう。
Telling ya!
God damn it.
Telling ya, man!
God damn it.
今日は運勢最高って言ってたんですよ。シークレットのメタルメンダコ。
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
no!
didn't get it.
そうかわいい。せーの。ユウっぽい。
Oh.
ユウ。
Uh-huh.
Can she tell just from the way she's holding her hand?
Yeah, yeah.
こっち。
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I love these. Yeah.
Yeah, and no one else is there with you.
Ah. Ah. Furiously editing.
Mm-hmm.
大垣先輩。それ終わりですか。
Oh, what a coincidence.
なかったらね、日にちを間違えてたの。
Ah.
So.
Bloom into you. Oh.
yes.
Wow.
Yes!
Oh.
Holy shit!
寝てて大丈夫ですよ。そんなのもったいない。なかったんだよね。楽しみで。
Oh.
子供じゃないんだから。
Well, she stopped letting herself grow up at 10.
起こさないのも悪くなさそうだけど。
Ah. Ah.
It hurts. Oh, okay. All right.
先輩、
Ski?
そろそろ。
Oh.
Yeah. We can't keep going on this path forever.
Oh, go read the fucking manga.
Yeah, for real. Jesus Christ. Beautiful. Beautiful. I have never been so satisfied and at the same time so upset. Right? Like.
All right. All right, that's it.
Okay.
That's
that was,
it.
That was.
What are you still doing here?
Beautiful.
Go home. That's it. But yeah, Bloom Into You. It's an anime
Yeah.
that exists in a special
it's
place in
wonderful.
my heart. I really appreciate everything that it did. I know it's very special to you as well. Like we
Yes.
definitely resonated
Oh, yeah.
a lot with this love story. There were a lot of things that it did that were really special here. But yeah, I don't want to wait for season 2. So
No.
unless I find out literally within the next week that they're making more or adapting more or whatever, I'm reading the manga.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep. Okay.
So,
cool. Now, I won't feel
Sorry,
bad about
YouTube,
reading
you
manga
won't
either. Yeah.
you won't get to see those.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna go and experience
man.
that. But all that being said,
Yes.
that wasn't I Love You.
No.
Because we've got Got
in a lot of
to
ways.
go, yeah.
Well, we've got a lot to go, but also
Yeah.
I think maybe that's apropos, especially given how you asked Nanami, how can you say I love you so confidently and brashly, you know?
That part shattered me. I have the thing to say,
Right.
but keep going. Yeah.
Because I feel like everybody has different definitions of love, right? You know, love means different things to different people, right? And so naturally saying I love you, that also means something different for different people.
Yeah.
Nanami being a case study in that, right? Because she's fine with saying it, but she doesn't want someone to say it to her. And yet this episode was basically all the ways that Yu was telling Nanami I love you without actually saying it aloud.
Yep.
And
exactly.
And Nanami could tell.
Nanami absolutely could tell.
Like she basically had her inverse of the Yu episode where Yu started to fall in love with Nanami, but instead it's the oh shit, through all of the same kind of things that made you realize it, Nanami is realizing it.
Yep.
And that is like this is
my god. So much to get into with just that.
This is truly the ultimate like love confession power play, because it's the hey, I'm letting you know and I trust that you know, but I'm also not going to tell you in the way that you have wanted me not to, and that you would freak out if you did, because I understand you and I care about you and I want to tell you in a way that you'll be able to receive.
Yeah.
And I am also confident enough in my feelings that I don't feel the need to tell you in a traditional way.
Yeah.
Right? Like that is such a like 2, 3, 4 steps ahead level of just
beautiful.
Like give her a Satsuki heel clack, you know, or something like that, right? Like
fucking
that
hell.
that's badass.
Yeah. Like, okay. So, the idea of Nanami saying I love you being a relief for her.
Yeah.
That hits me personally on like a deep level.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people have gone through something similar to this, so I'm going to go out on a limb and see if you guys resonate with this.
All right.
If you've loved to a specific point, and then you've had that love trampled upon, you've had your heart broken and stuff, you do feel that little bit of loss of, okay, I can never have a first love again, or I can never have that kind of innocent, naive feeling again. It's not love that you're losing, it's just the association of love is changing every time that happens.
Right. It doesn't have to be an innocent, naive thing, even though that's often what our first love is.
Exactly. Yeah. And that was the thing that Koito had kind of believed that it all has to be. And the story went through the whole journey of realizing that that's not necessarily what it is. You can have that as an adjoined, connected thing with this. But I think a lot of people are scared of actually whether they're capable of really loving somebody. Not just that they can say it, but
100%.
that they're actually capable of doing it.
Yeah.
And because Nanami's whole character is about not knowing what's really me versus what's somebody else, the idea that she uses I love you as a way to ground herself in who she really is, because we know that she's got the limited, immature perspective that she's dealing in real use versus not real use. Nanami, your sister was a very big influence on you. She did change you. You are, not Nanami, but everybody, are an amalgamation of the people and things in your environment.
Right.
In addition to everything that you bring to the table. But there is no superior, real, ultra you that is independent of all that. It all connects and it's all beautiful, and that's the human experience. But if you need something to remind you that you are still here, you are still living and beating and breathing and all that, and that's love, that's relatable as fuck. I don't know. I immediately wanted to like weep at that moment, because I was like, oh, I know exactly what that feels like, and it's very painful to be in that situation. And then I feel like also it does ultimately to other people not cheapen or lessen, but it ends up making I love you be a thing where they're like, oh yeah, that's just a thing that they say because it's so often.
Right.
I'm just so amazed that Nanami was able to communicate exactly what it was to Koito and trusted her enough to be able to receive it.
Well, in a lot of ways, I feel like it was I want to say happy little miracle, but that doesn't
Okay.
quite feel right
Which
because
part?
the fact that Nanami was able to communicate it, because I feel like with
so it
with how
she got lucky, kind of.
yeah, because she's
Okay.
with how out of touch she is with her own emotions and identity and feelings and things like that, to actually
in
then
general, yeah.
communicate that to someone, that's like a Herculean task in and of itself, right?
Sure.
So much less to have it be something where you're communicating the most important part, right? Or one of the most important parts.
Yeah.
And so the fact that in this moment, as she's starting to clue in, right? And she says this, and then she's like, well, and then Koito responds like, how can you say it like that?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it feels like she's just at that level of being vulnerable, defenses down, but also kind of blindsided by what's been happening,
Yeah.
that she doesn't know to have her defenses up.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I
and
can
so
see that.
and so you have this wonderful thing happen that is, it's not just going to be some random comment in their relationship, right? Like that's a huge thing that was just said there, and the fact that Koito was able to hear her say that and can understand that and everything, like that's massive.
Yeah, I do think though that there is a way that Koito I think it's more than just the little miracle, because I think it's that Koito actually responded to it in the best possible way. There's a way that you can respond to this that is not that.
Yeah.
And it's actually one that makes a lot of sense, is that because of what we know about Nanami, she is kind of using Koito.
Oh yeah. Like
And
she
not
is
even-
the
not even, like,
definition
kind
of to
of.
love is to
She-
demand line from Monogatari. Like every time
sure.
she says I love you, it's the I love you but you can't love me. Right.
Right.
It's the
Yeah. And I think that there's a world where Koito could receive this as every time she's saying that, this would be a horrible way to take it, but it's the thing of where she's basically saying, hey, you need to let me be free to express my feelings to you in the same way that you express them to me.
And
otherwise it's not real love.
And what I love about this is, and this is why I think it's such a badass thing from Koito, which is so perfect for her having started out as the person who's insecure, right?
Sure.
Even in her stature, she's smaller, right? She has been the underdog in the very idea of a love story, right?
Every single aspect.
Yeah,
pretty
every
much.
single aspect. And now she's absolutely like doing the king of the hill, I've already won. It's not even the thing of, hey, I'm going to communicate with you because I need to take back my own freedom in this relationship or whatever. She's just declaring herself to have it. And so even when Nanami does this, she then responds in the way that does not have any kind of the word that comes to mind is desperation, but I don't mean it in any kind of like in the traditional sense. I mean in like there is an importance in the thing that I'm going to say and it needs to be said, and so because of that it comes from a place that is tense, right? Whereas with this it was like wax on, wax off, water off a duck, flow like water, Bruce Lee shit, where it's just okay, how can you say it like that, right? And it's you are my hero, Koito. Like she really does seem like, she went from being the underdog of the romance stories and now she's the champion of romance stories, right? Like
sure. I do think that's probably the great romance of this episode is Koito's initiation being an I love you that's not an I love you, and thus then we get the happy little miracle that you're talking about earlier, that this all worked so well. And I think it's because they were both in the right place. They were both in the right headspace. They were both free with their feelings enough through the medium of something that they're both actually pretty passionate about for different reasons. Like the fact that they both love the space that they're in, that's really good. But it's also the thing where I think anybody that's been through like many different types of relationships where they're like in many different like spaces of that, where they can see like the beauty of romance, and they can see also the ways in which romance is also like a thing of like of fantasy a little bit,
yeah,
like
fiction.
It's a thing that can get I don't know, like it can get elevated beyond what is actually realistic.
Yeah.
And it's something that you can apply too much kind of fairy tale rose-colored lenses to, and yet there's moments like this where they'll happen, and they're usually moments and stuff like that, and they take you out of your own space, body, mind, and everything, and have you just flying high. Yeah, this was one of those moments for these two, and while there was so much wordless communication going on, which I think everybody would love to have that kind of connection, where you're just able to wordlessly understand just everything. The reality is that we are holding back the actual like hard shit that's coming.
Sure.
Like this was the
This
was
could
the
be
beautiful idyllic kind of moment before potentially everything goes
right
to shit.
before like there was a part of me that was kind of wondering if that's how the show was going to end, is that they're having this beautiful moment and then Nanami figures it out, right? And it's like, what? Really? You know, and then she feels betrayed and all of that kind of stuff.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But that's why I need to read the manga, basically.
Yep,
is that
exactly.
I see the ways in which this could set up very different paths. Three of them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's where we are.
One thing that I want to just bring up, I feel like this line is apropos in just about every romance story you go into, but the line from the 2005 Pride and Prejudice of, there are few of us who are really secure enough to be in love without proper encouragement.
Sure.
Koito is in the dooziest of a situation with that, both from her own circumstances with where the show started, but also with the fact that it's Nanami, right?
Yeah.
Like there's active discouragement from
Yes.
your partner,
Yeah.
you know, right? And yet she absolutely gained that confidence and acted in it.
Yeah.
And with finesse.
Right. And that's probably the part that's to me the most like incredible, is that she had so much discouragement and yet pulled this off.
Right.
Which,
and I feel like in a lot of situations with the communication that's without words, the reason why words are important is not so that you can understand what they meant, but you can have so that you can have confidence that that is what they meant, right? Because it could be really easy for you to have something where you're like, oh, I feel like this moment meant this. But then as time goes on, as you know, memory becomes a little bit more fuzzy or whatever, it can be real. I know for myself, it can be really easy for me to then start to doubt those things that did not have the concrete, I can say with, you know, assuredness that this was said, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And so for me personally, then my solution for that is to over communicate, right? You know, to be like, all right, you know, just talk about everything, right?
Yeah.
But what Koito did here,
that's why that's why it breaks my heart in like a relatable kind of thing of where I'm like, shit, like this is the kind of love that like I've experienced. I remember the times where it was lost or I found it again or all that other stuff. It just harkens back to all the journeys that, you know, individuals have about love and where that is. But then it also just kind of leaves this like, pain of realizing that like this is a moment. This is something that they're going to have to hold on to. And you're going to hope that they hold on to it.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a couple things that are not being addressed here. There's a couple unrealistic things that are just kind of working here. But yes, while we can
this
look
is a
into
good
the
day
light,
with Nanami.
This is a good day. And a good day with Koito. Because there's a couple things that are very much being held back here. And by the lack of communication, we ended up having a little, like you said, happy miracle. But
you could get something a bit more concrete that's less happy.
Oh, you get something way less happy if you had more communication. So generally, more communication is a good thing. I think a lot of times people think that like situations like this, if there's no words between it, that proves some kind of aspect of the love or what have you. And I think that that's true in context. But I think that this is also one where Koito is just on point.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
both sides followed the improv of the theater
Yes.
that this episode was.
I only
and
know
didn't,
you.
Didn't,
Holy
didn't cut off the
shit.
thing there. Yeah.
Like, that
yeah.
was such a good line, and I love that Koito said it in the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if that was something where it wasn't actually improv, and that's what she had been wanting to say, and she's like, hey, this is the way I will essentially tell her without telling her, you know?
Yeah, it's possible.
But it also totally could have come up in the moment because it's just she didn't have the words for it maybe until then, and then, oh, hey,
Sure.
there it is. And I don't know if I've ever been so happy to not have the, like, obvious title of show becomes title of thing, and, you know, right? Like, because I Only Know You, that's so good. Like, it's such a way to not dismiss the insecurities of Nanami,
Sure.
right? But to say, it does not apply to me,
Yeah.
right? I have no idea what your sister was like. I have no idea, you know, who the real you is, right?
Yeah.
I only know you. And I love you,
Yeah.
you know, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the anime. And that's the anime.
More
And
people need to
because
see this fucking anime.
Because in a lot of ways, it ended this way.
Uh-huh.
There's not much more to talk about.
No.
It's basically just how much do you want to pour over and detail, like, specific dialogue bits. If anything, I loved the threes that they did from all the perspectives to then showcase the ways in which the characters connected within themselves and to each other. Those was really fun, like, little shot composition, I guess, kind of stuff there. But
I loved the stuff with the adult couple where even then, when they have, like, a really great relationship, there's still those bits of insecurities in the, wait, so do you, like...
What do you prefer?
Yeah, which do you prefer? It's like, what? I mean, I don't like girls. Wait, what? And then it's the whole thing
Like,
of the...
whoa, hold on.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
but I like
you.
right?
Yeah.
You know, there you go, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and that's the fact that both there can still be those points of nervousness and insecurity in a very healthy adult relationship, right? And at the same time, you know, it's also the, hey, you don't have to fit into any one box.
Yeah.
Right?
God,
you know,
it's so good.
like, it's just, I love you.
Yeah.
And
That's it.
I don't know much else, but I know that.
Yeah.
Right?
But
There you
why? Oh, I don't want to say it. Don't
Yeah,
you say it.
right.
Like, I love the way that they explored that in a much more.
And then suddenly it's like, okay,
like-
we don't need to get coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, no, they drank the coffee.
Oh,
but-
okay.
But
Oh.
yeah.
But
No, that was sweet.
wonderful, beautiful episode.
Yep.
I absolutely adore those two as, like, the side characters that, like, we're not going to get a lot with and we don't need a lot with because they don't have an ongoing story that needs to be resolved or anything.
Right.
But they're just there, and I love to see them, you know? Yeah.
But all right. So long, losers. We're going to go read
Peace.
the manga, and I don't know. Maybe we'll make. I don't know, some commentary about it at some point.
What you should do is get on the Discord so that way we can, like, talk about it in the spoilers
Yeah. If
channel as
you
we're
want
reading.
to, be all about that life and everything like that, join our Patreon, which gets you access to our private Discord,
Yes.
where you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about other shows in general, and also you can check out early access and full length stuff for whatever show's coming up after this.
I haven't decided yet.
It's okay, you got a little bit of time.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's going to be coming up after this one. No, we're not going to be doing manga read-throughs. But
Yeah.
I am really glad we
boy.
checked this one out. I'm really glad that this one kind of pushed its way through. I want to
I'm glad
personally say a little bit that I want to, in this last moment, put a bit of ego into this here.
Oh, really?
That I am primarily responsible for this show getting put into the
Bullshit. I
limelight
was
of
literally
things
the one
here.
who picked it.
No. The reason why you picked it and why it was in the thing there is because I sought this show out years ago.
No, I did, and
No,
I told you about it. And I was
did.
like, Caleb, we should put this in a poll.
As the poll master, you had way less. I absolutely claimed this one. Yeah. See, I had to make it. I
This is
had to
egregious.
sabotage it in the end.
Yeah. All right, well, you know what the situation is. This guy.
Oh my god, I love it. But yeah, all right. See you all in the next one.
Bye.